I am with John Halterman with Beacon Wealth Management. You are a certified wealth strategist.
I am.
And we've been playing these segments, and if people have been watching, then they know your market's usually 50 up.
That's correct.
But there are people younger than me in my age group who also need to know, how do you get started? How do we become that millionaire you're talking about?
You know what, I mean, and I understand that super well just because of my childhood. You know, when I was growing up, I grew up living with a single mom. And living with a single mom, 3 kids, it's a struggle. And financially, it's super hard. But I also know that through proper fiscal education and just really getting started, that a person can become that what I call the middle class millionaire.
Okay, how can I become a middle class millionaire?
Well, the very first thing I tell people is, no matter what your age is, you know, don't think you should wait till later. I mean, the very first thing is you gotta get started, because I would rather see you save a little bit in the beginning. You know, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4% of your income, save that. Because the longer you wait, the more you actually have to save to try to catch up. Yeah, and so compound interest is like this snowball going down a hill. The longer the hill, the bigger the snowball. And so from most people's standpoint, you know, I deal with a lot of blue collar millionaires, and you know, you look at them and you say, wait a minute, you never made over $50,000 a year. How did you become a multimillionaire? Right. And all it boiled down to was when they started working at 18, they started putting into the 401k. Maybe the company matched 6%. And so they took advantage of that free money. Yeah, free money, because if your company's matching 6, you've got to put in that amount. And because they did it so young, and they didn't try to be the genius. And when I say genius is, they didn't try to get in and out of the market, you know, not knowing. They didn't let emotions take over. They just said, hey, look, time is my most important commodity, and so because of that, I'm going to take advantage of putting it in there. And what I always tell them is, if you don't know anything, and you say, well, you know what, I don't know anything, but I do know I have a long time period, 30 or 40 years. Well, then what you got to look at is, how comfortable are you with risk? Well, because of time, you can afford to do something like the S&P 500 or a large cap stock, to where time being on your side, history being on your side, that in the long-term approach, it's to your advantage to try to earn as much as you can.
So John, if you're not in the 50-plus market, but people still want to learn from you, do you offer classes or anything for those people?
We do, actually. We do a lot of things. So, you know, I'm a big committer to serving the community. And I realize that serving the community is not just working directly with my own clients, but doing stuff like this. Coming on, we make a lot of videos, we're on YouTube. So they're all educational based to teach you things like this. We have open educational events to where we invite the public to watch and see different topics. Every single month, we have educational events here in our conference area. This is our event center. And so here in our event center, we do different topics every month. And again, you know, if you call us and you say, hey, look, I want to learn, I want to come to these events, we'll gladly let you learn and come to these events, because this is what we do to give back to the community.
Well, I'm ready to learn. And for those at home who are ready to learn, how can they find you?
Sure. You can either call us at 304-626-3900 or visit our website at bwmwv.com.